Okay, so I am just off of a phone call with a prospect who owns a managed IT service business in California. Now, they are encountering a bunch of issues, and I'm going to share with you the breakdown of those issues, how to solve those problems, and how you can use this information for your client getting strategies, your prospecting. This is just going to be a pure value-based video. I've built thousands of websites, worked with thousands of businesses. I have what I would think is a good eye for these types of things. And I get paid thousands of dollars to consult for businesses, just consult and let them know what I think needs to be changed for these types of things. Because if your website, and I'll give you a great example of this, I have a very short attention span. So when I look for something in Google and I go to a website, if I'm looking for something specific, let's say that I am looking to get, a phone repair, iPhone phone repair, right? And I do a Google search, phone repair, I land on a website, and if I don't get the information that I am looking for within like the first 3 to 5 seconds, I'm gonna hit the back button, right? I'm gonna hit the back button on the browser to take me to a new website, and I'm gonna go down the list. Now, I know I'm not alone when I do this. I know that there are metrics in your Google Analytics that will tell you if somebody is what's called a bounce, where they go to your website and then they go back. And let's face it, right? The attention span of people out there searching the internet, scouring the internet is very, very short. It's very short. So you have to be able to hook anybody that comes to your website immediately. And if you don't, you're gonna lose them. And that's what's happening with this client. And I'm going to give you some examples of that in this video. I'm also going to give you some examples of what are some good, unique selling propositions, which is a USP, that's what people call it, or a value proposition. I'm going to explain more about these terms in a little bit. But if you do me a favor and you hit the thumbs up button on this video just to help the algorithm push it out to more people that may need it. Also, please consider sharing it to somebody that is maybe a freelancer or a web designer or that could find this video helpful. And let's dive in. So if I go to this website, you'll see that this is what is called the above the fold section of the website. And what I like to think about it as is when you see a stack of newspapers, they're always folded in half, right? And there's that fold. And above the fold, you'll have the main headline. You'll have, what's happening today. And that above the fold section, that piece of real estate for that newspaper, the whole strategy there is to put a headline and a picture and some sort of copy that is going to hook somebody when they are walking by and they see that stack of newspapers. Or if you're like me and you're checking out at a supermarket and you see the newspaper there and you see the headline, you want to pick it up and you start to read it, right? That's the above the fold job. And it's the same thing for a website. You want to have something that hooks people in. Just don't stand there and read the whole newspaper. Don't be that guy. Don't read the whole newspaper. You can just buy it. But that idea, you get the idea about what above the fold is. Now, if I scroll down a little bit, this is below the fold. This is what's called below the fold. So at the top, this is the above the fold section. Now, when you land on this website, this is an example of a not so good above the fold section of a website because there are a number of things. First of all, let's just start out with when I land here, I am not really sure what this business does. This headline here says 3 reasons your business needs 911 PC help and why you should care. So what they really should do is put the things that they do in like a bulleted list or their best selling product on some sort of special, or just make it very clear what they do. When I land on this page and I have that ADD, that 3-second attention span, and I see that I have to read all this stuff, that you're losing me. That feels like work. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to cut to the chase and figure out what you're doing and why I need it. And it just says, we save you time. We save you money. Well, you save me time doing what? And let me elaborate on that a little bit. So if I scroll down this page a little more, I see an area here where there are more examples of what they do, right? They do data backup. They do virus protection. They do system updates. They do tech support. So these bullet points right here, not with the description below it, but these bullet points would be great to have up here. These are our top 6 things that we do, and you know right away that they do those things. You could also have another section that would say, when hardware and software fail, it's already too late. To get managed IT services, there's still time. You put that over here on the right-hand side. That way, first, they get hooked by seeing that they do all the things that you need, right? They do the data backup, they do the protection, all that stuff. And then when they see that you have called them out and this page is specifically to them, this section, the 3 reasons section, could be below that. I'm not saying we get rid of this section, but let's just push it down below the fold, because once they know that this page is for them, then they can see why they need my services, because we save them time. Oh, how do we save them time? For the specific reasons that they are here. We save you money, but they're just not hooked yet. They're not hooked yet. And when somebody comes to the site, and this is a report directly from the client, they are experiencing people reaching out to them. We're driving traffic. We're doing SEO for them. We're running ads. They are reporting that they aren't really too sure what they're doing. They're getting phone calls for different services. And I had the recommendation to obviously make a landing page specifically for a special offer. But you can only suggest. Sometimes clients don't want to do those things, which is fine. So now we are going through the experience of seeing why we need a landing page, or seeing why we need to optimize a page, and having to go back a little bit and redoing some of these things, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. I've made the recommendation. We've run the tests. We've proven that we should do that recommendation. And now it's time for me to give my recommendation and implement my recommendation. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to push all this down, and then we're going to build out just a nicer above the fold section that is very specific in what they do and calls out their primary customer and their services. So I'll give you an example. Now that I've shown you an example of what isn't a good value proposition, right? And when you say value proposition, that means, like, when I land on this page, what is the value that you're going to exchange with me? You're going to give to me for my money. That's the proposition, right? And people also call that unique selling proposition, where here's an example of my unique selling proposition. If you land on my website, this is my website. It's for my marketing agency, Nick Ponte Marketing. If you land on this website, you know exactly what we do, right? Front and center, it says, expand your business with Hawaii marketing experts. Nick Ponte Marketing is a Hawaii-based agency specialized in search engine optimization, marketing, and web design. We've worked with established corporations, new business startups, and everything in between. So if you are not somebody who lands on this page and you are not looking for marketing services, you're probably going to leave. But if you are somebody who is looking for marketing services and you're a business in Hawaii and you're looking to grow your business with marketing, you have come to the right place. It has called out exactly why you are here. So this is an example of what I think is a good, unique selling proposition. And it's proven that when I get phone calls, when I get contact form submissions, when people hit us up and they're like, hey, we want you to do our SEO or our marketing. That's called a conversion, right? When somebody lands on your website and your USP is designed to get a phone call or a lead capture, right? If somebody hits get started now on my website, it takes them to a lead form where they can fill out information, give us their information, and we give them a call. If somebody does that, that's a conversion. And over time, we've seen that we get lots of conversions to our website. So our unique selling proposition is working. It's working. So that's the nuts and bolts, the basics, the bare essentials of the above the fold of your website, what a USP is, what a value proposition is, also a good version, a not so good version. We could probably look up USPs for days or just websites for days, and I could tell you what would need to be fixed. And that skill, just by doing that, you can point it out to a business owner and say, hey, I went to your business and I'm not really sure what you guys do. I think if I'm having this issue, somebody else might be having this issue and you might be losing a lot of business. So that's a good way to get the attention of a business owner or somebody that could potentially pay you for your services for providing value to them. And I'm going to give you, we'll do one more. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but we'll do one more, and I'm going to do this for you. So if you haven't already hit the like button, go ahead and do that for me, please. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you have any questions on the USP or the above the fold or what I'm doing here, please let me know in the comments. I try to respond to every single comment in the section below. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do one more search just off the cuff, and we're going to go through a USP, and I'm going to give you that information so that hopefully after this video you can take it, you can run some searches for yourself. You can maybe find some people that need your help, and you can reach out to them. Shoot them a DM, shoot them a Loom video, shoot them an email, give them a call, walk into their business. That's a great way of doing it too. So let's do a search here. Let's look for a moving company. So let me do a quick search here. I'm gonna do a moving company. Maui is the keyword that I searched for. So I'm probably not going to take one of the businesses at the very top. I'm sure if I did, I could probably find some things wrong with their landing page, but I'm not going to, because I know that the ones who are not doing as good are maybe on the second page or are on the third page, right? So let's dig down, and you can search this top 10 listings, right? Or you can go directly to the maps. The map section is a great way to search for this stuff too, because there's a lot of data that you can gather from the map section. Let me adjust my window size here. You can see things like if a business has a website, or if they don't have any reviews. Like this company, Maui Moving Services, doesn't have a website. They have no reviews. They're probably not doing that good. Same thing with couch movers, right? But these are some of the, at first glance, metrics that might allow you to find somebody that probably needs a little more help than somebody with 44 reviews and a website. I may not start there, right? I might look for the people that have bad reviews and a website, or 10 reviews and a website. Maybe we'll start here. Let's check this one. You can easily make this a whole lot better just by saying, we'll take care of the move for you, or something like that, right? But immediately, we'll make it happen. I mean, it's all right. It's not great. I like that they have a supporting headline down here. Moving can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. So I think they do an all right job, like right off the bat. But you can see, I mean, it could be a little confusing at first. You want to have a frictionless process, as frictionless as possible. I'm going to do one more. I want to find a bad one for you just because I have you here with me. Let's do this one. Fast comment delivery. Let's see what this is all about. Delivery and installation services in Hawaii, fast and reliable. Okay, I like that. That's another good example. That's a good example of a good value proposition. Really quick, to the point. Delivery and installation services, where they're located, and then some supporting information. Professional, fast and reliable. I like that. That's great. Let's do a little digging for maybe a not so good one. I'm gonna go back to the top 10 real quick. So let's try this one. So this one says, welcome to Maui Moving, your professional moving company. Again, these are pretty good. Let's go to a different niche. Let's try AC repair in Maui. And I already see some of my clients on the first page, which tells me I'm doing a good job with their SEO. And then let's just pull in, let's try this one. Looking for premier heating and cooling systems in Maui, Hawaii. I think that looks pretty good. So people are doing a pretty good job in Maui right now in some of these industries. Top quality air conditioning services. I think that's all right too. Air conditioning experts in Maui, Hawaii. See, the one thing I don't like about this one is if I'm right here, there should be a button right here that says schedule a call or get a quote, something like that makes it easier. I like that they have the phone number right there at the top, That's super helpful, but you could do a little more. So oftentimes businesses aren't, they have stuff going on, but they're not perfect. A lot of businesses build their own website, so they don't come from like a marketing background. They don't know. See, like this guy, he has his phone number right there. I think that's a little bit better. It's a little smarter. See, this one on the other hand, it looks nice, but you have to dig a little deeper. Somebody might just skip over this one. If they just landed on the page, there's nowhere to call them. I mean, if you're looking at this one on mobile and there's no phone number at the top of the page and you have to scroll down to the bottom page and search for it, you might go back and find one of those other websites that has all of those phone numbers at the top of the page, and you might get the information and somebody on the phone much faster than you would with this site, right? So, done right air conditioning. This doesn't really tell me if they specialize in commercial air conditioning or residential air conditioning or what they're doing. They have some videos which are okay. I mean, not a lot of people are going to watch videos right off of the bat. Here's the section about their services. I mean, this could be a little higher, don't you think? I think they could do a little bit better of a job organizing all of this. To me, it looks like somebody that created this site isn't somebody who normally builds websites and does optimization for marketing and lead generation. So this one could easily be somebody that you could contact and say, hey, I noticed your website. I noticed that you guys have a great business, but you may not have all the time out there to be updating your website with how it should be properly functioning to bring in more leads. That's actually what I specialize in. So if you're a business owner and you've been doing all of this by yourself and you have somebody out there that's willing to, or that noticed it and maybe gives you some sort of tips just as a little value piece to demonstrate that they know what they're doing and they have some credibility, you might actually consider hiring that person just because you know you haven't had the time to update and maintain this thing. So that's a great example. It's not a horrible looking website, but you can clearly tell the business owner or their niece or their nephew or somebody built this website. It wasn't built out by somebody that had the full-time, the force behind them to put something great together. And so I would probably reach out to these guys. If you're watching this video, go ahead and reach out to them. But that's it, you guys. I think I did kind of a thorough dive in on what is a USP and also a value proposition above the fold section. Let me know if you got anything out of this video. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.